I am Aboriginal to now what is called North America. My people are under foreign occupation. You are either with us or against us.
They know who we are. Ain't no need to argue with them.
These dark angels would make exceptional wives for the English planters, and their dark skin would bleach out in 2 generations, unquote. That's a quote that he made.
So that was the whole goal, was to try to bleach out, as they say.
Yeah, but it kind of tells you that first Americans were a rich brown people. They were mahogany in color.
Mama knew what she was talking about, but I always thought that she wanted to be something that we wasn't. And I remember I used to say, Mama, we black.
Other than the cultural assimilation over the years, what's more respectful, being a Negro or a black man?
She said, I don't care if black. She said, you see any. I will never forget that. I was about 7 years old.
I know already where it came from.
I may be poor, but I am somebody.
African American, black.
We know that Aborigines were the first Australians, but could they have been the first Americans as well? Cosmos magazine says the oldest human remains found in South America could rewrite the history books. For more, it's over to Editor-in-Chief Wilson De Silva. Good morning to you.
Hello, Matt.
Tell us what exactly has been found.
Well, it's a startling discovery of hundreds of skeletons in South America and Central America that have all of the cranial characteristics not of the Native Americans, who are very Asian-looking, but actually Australian Aborigines. In fact, the oldest one is 11,000 years old and was found in Brazil.
And why would these never have been found before?
Well, actually, it's a really intriguing story. It was found in 1975 by a French-Brazilian team, but then there was a dispute. One of the people who was leading it died, and the whole thing sat in without anyone looking at it for a long time, until the late 1990s, a Brazilian researcher and some Americans started going through it, and to their shock and surprise, they were expecting to find, ancient Native Americans that looked like Asians, but actually they looked like Australian Aborigines, and that threw everything out of the water.
What do you think, Morgan? Is this political correctness gone too far?
Yeah. I mean, we have a tendency to do that anyway. I mean, you get politically correct. Stuff happens that you don't want to happen. I all of a sudden became an African. Political correctness, African American. I'm not African. I'm American. I'm not African. I'm American. I'm not African.
I never said, you talking about that one? I never said I wasn't black, I said I wasn't African American. And to me that's a difference. I thank you to Ancestry.com actually for sending me my DNA test.
I did mine too.
You did yours?
Yeah, I did mine.
Isn't it awesome?
It's crazy.
I am from every continent in Africa except for one, and I'm from every continent in Europe except for one.
Girl, I didn't go that deep. We went to like 1890. That's cool.
Oh no, we went back super far.
Wow.
And for the last
Black History Month, you find
ridiculous. Why? You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? Now, how may they have reached the Americas?
Well, they actually did a reconstruction of the face, and you can actually see in the reconstruction that it's very Aboriginal looking. But it's suspected originally. This is the reconstruction you can see here. On the left is the reconstruction. On the right is the skull Lucia, which is the oldest, 11,000 years old. Now, if you look at the map, there's a map that.
Yeah, we'll bring the map up now.
So if you can see, the red arrows show where humans, the fossil record shows that humans appeared in Africa about 120,000 years ago, the first fossils. And then we know that they reached Australia about 50,000 years ago. So Aborigines were amongst the first humans ever to travel that far and that long ago. It was originally thought that they went over the top, that they didn't go over the top. Asians didn't go over the top until about 9,000, 10,000 years ago. But now it looks like the people who became Australian Aborigines kept going. They didn't just go down to Australia. There's a bunch of them that kept going, went all the way over the top and down there, and then reached South America, which is where we found the fossils. Now, the remarkable thing is that it looks like humans were spread out all over the world as soon as they could.
I am Aboriginal to now what is called North America. My people are under foreign occupation. You are either with us or against us.
All over Europe, all over Africa, in South America, even Australia, like they were just sending us our asses everywhere. Shit is mind-boggling how much they was trying to get us off our own motherfucking land, bruh.
So-called blacks were once called Ethiopian. The eldest of mankind was said to come from Ethiopia. Ancient Africa was called Libya, which included what is now North Africa. So if you want to be specific, Africans came from Ethiopia, which is the modern theory. But you know, theories are subject to change. The people of the Indus Valley, or what is now called East India, was said to resemble Ethiopians. Columbus came to the Caribbean believing he was in India. This later became the West Indies. Columbus never went to what is now called North America, so there is no such thing as American Indians or Indians in North America. These were Aborigines, native to the land. The Aboriginals of America were also said to resemble Ethiopians, not Africans. It was said that Columbus came in the 1400s and encountered these so-called Indians, which resembled Ethiopians, not Africans. The Aboriginals, or so-called natives of North America, were also said to have resembled Ethiopians, not Africans. The first Africans in bondage did not arrive until the 1600s. Ancient Africa was called Libya, which included what is now North Africa.
According to the U.S. government, I'm considered white. That's because on the U.S. Census, there is no option for Middle Eastern or North African.
But the truth of the matter is, it's more white slaves than there were so-called black slaves. Let me read something to y'all. Okay? White slaves began to arrive in 1618. Rounded up from the streets of London to serve wealthy farmers in Virginia. Other slaves came from ranks of homelessness and the poor, and from England's prison population. Ooh, peep this too. Planters who want to make a fortune in the West Indies must procure white slave labor out of England if they wanted to succeed. This is by George Downing, 1645. Now let's read some more. Okay, and back then they was calling white slavery indentured servitude. I think it's how you pronounce it. I don't give a fuck. Okay, here go Benjamin Franklin right here, 1759. Most of the labor in the American colonies were performed chiefly by indentured servants brought from Great Britain, Ireland, and Germany. Let's look at another one. At the time of ratification of the Constitution in 1788, there were less than 50,000 slaves in America, and the vast majority of them were white. This is by Paul L. Williams. So, explain to me again how all of us are African slaves, and that how all of our family members were slaves. I didn't hear that. I didn't catch that. It's funny how y'all was so quick to, talk about these people, but yeah, y'all overlooked these quotes and these facts they was stating back then. Y'all messy.